Hello folks, and welcome back to another review and thoughts on. Back again with another movie. I tried to do a commentary watch along with Let Her Out on my computer, and apparently it kept buffering the whole time. I wasn't even aware, so I don't know if I'll do another commentary on it. I am going to at least review the movie, but interested in me doing a full commentary on it again. I don't know. Maybe. There's a high demand for it. But this movie apparently gets a lot of praise for, I guess, the effects and idea, which it's called Let Her Out. It's online it says 2017, but then on IMDb it's 2016. So I don't know if maybe it was released at the festival, film festivals like that, and then worldwide maybe 2017. But it's directed. I think this is his directorial debut flick. Cody Calahan. He was also a writer along with Andy somebody. It stars Alanna. I don't know how to say any of these people's names, so sorry for that. But I recognize the one actress, Kiri. I saw her in a film. I think it was on Netflix. I watched it on. It was either online or on Netflix. I can't remember the name of it. It was basically like The Exorcist, sort of, except better. And it had a good premise where it was this cult trying to, I guess, this possessed girl, or anyway, whatever. Anyway, that movie craps the bed at the end. It goes generic horror ending. Stupid ending. This movie overall, it's it's a psychological horror flick. It's sort of thriller, but it's mainly psychological horror, and pretty much it's about this girl, Helen. She's like a bike carrier, or mail person that rides on bikes to deliver mail, I guess. And she suffers an accident, and after she recovers from it, through time she starts to get hallucinations. She starts having blackouts, and she goes to the doctor, and the doctor at first believes it's just maybe due to her past. Maybe she's crazy because of her family drama with her mom, and then that turns in, it's a tumor in her brain that's making her see all this crazy stuff. But then you find out, no, it's actually she has a twin inside of her. Which is actually a real thing, believe it or not. People actually, I guess it is actually medically accurate, where a newborn or whatever, like somebody's pregnant with twins, and like, usually I guess they would get absorbed into the mother, but this one decided to get absorbed into the sister and live through her, and then only after the accident was she triggered to awake and try to take over her, I guess. See, that's the part I don't get. This whole sister inside of her, this whole I think it's called Vanishing Twin, if interested in the name of that medical thing. But yeah, like the whole, I didn't get the motive of this evil twin, like, cause like at the end, like, she specifies like, oh, our mother tried to kill us or whatever, but I hid inside you instead. And so all these years she's like, I kept you alive along your stupid boring life or something. But I'm trying to understand what's the motivation, because it's not like because she says she doesn't really say she wants to live through her, but she says like, it's my turn to. But I'm like, I mean, I don't know if maybe that'd be a good idea, like, because really, because Helen wants to get surgery after all this crazy stuff is going on throughout the movie, her seeing grudge-looking, ring-looking sister, who really, she does look like the ring or the grudge, pick her poison, but, and the gore in this movie is not really much. It's mainly, you know, either she's, there's like a cut on her arm, and like there's like this, there is a decent scene where like this part of the arm starts to, she has like stitches there from the car accident, and like she starts to pull the stitches out, and then this part her arm opens up, and so she digs into it and pulls out a finger. So I thought that was a decent effect. I like that scene. There's some good camera shots in this movie, like when she's going to the, I think she said she was in the gym, and she goes like in the locker room or the bathroom, and there's like a shower section, and like she sees in the shower curtain somebody standing there, and the camera just holds on it and then on her, and then then nobody's there, looks at it and nobody's there. These whole blackout parts where she's having episodes of where am I, and then like there's like I think the first scene is her, she's at her party, because like it's supposed to be her homecoming party from the hospital and the accident, but I'm like, nobody really says anything to her when she walks out of her room. Like, nobody greets her. Everybody's just partying and dancing. I'm like, the main person that's here, you guys aren't even paying attention to her. I guess she has a roommate, her friend Molly, played by Nina Corey or Kiri. That character I thought was flip-floppy in the mid to end section of the movie, because really the movie revolves around Helen trying to hold out on, trying to get this twin out of her head, because the doctor wants to perform a surgery on her so she can, remove it, and she has to wait 3 days for the surgery. So yeah, it's just either blackouts to where she kills one guy at the beginning. Well, not at the beginning, but this one guy before the accident, when she goes to mail to deliver this guy's mail. I guess they don't really specify if this guy is if she's friend. I guess she is friends with him, because he just kisses her, and then she's allowing it, but then she's like, I'm not ready or something like that, and that guy's acting in that scene I did not care for. He kind of took me out of it, actually, because it's all nonchalant, like, okay, well, just call me when you're ready, or when you know where to find me, and then like later on you sort of get like flashes of what happens to him, where she ties him up and I think strangles him, because he's like tied up to the bed, and like there's like a belt around his neck, so I guess she must have strangled him or something. But I don't get the sister's motivation. Like, is she just doing this like to either, I guess, kill people, just randomly kill people, or what? Or is it like to take over her sister's body, and then what? Because every time she takes over her body, she either does it to kill somebody, or that's it. And also, how is she able to project herself in her mind? If that's why I don't understand that part. How is she able to project herself to make Helen hallucinate her in her being or whatever? So I don't even understand that part now that I'm thinking about how she, like, is it supernatural? I guess it is, because at the very end she does this whole rip. She does, like, she pulls a Hellraiser, or Uncle Frank, where she rips her skin off to just reveal more skin. So, I don't know about that. I mean, I like that. I sort of like elements of that part where she has like her like she does like the ring mouth, her face, and like she's like ripping skin off her arm, and then she rips off her entire body, her Helen's body, and then it just I didn't understand that part. So I guess it was supernatural, but at the same time, as like I do like how there's some scenes where Helen's trying to keep her sister at bay. We never even know what but don't really know what her sister's name is. But granted, she didn't know she was inside of her, so that sounded terrible. But anyway, the movie opens with the mom, who I guess she's a prostitute, because it goes back and forth with her going to different guys in this one hotel, and then one guy takes advantage of her, and that results in her getting pregnant, and then she tries to kill the babies, and then of course that doesn't work, and then I guess the mom died during childbirth, I guess. And then it's like 23 years later, and we follow Helen, and again it's weird because then she like knows about what happened with her mom, like how she was crazy or whatever, I guess, or either she went crazy, I guess, and she even goes to the hotel where her mom died, or used to do her business, and I'm like, why? And then she's like, or like her friend asks, like, why does she do that or whatever, and Helen's like, I feel a safe haven here or something. I'm like, what? So, yeah, I didn't understand that whole spiel. And also the friend, the Molly friend. Granted, again, the actress was fine, but I didn't like her character where she flip-flops back and forth, where, like when the scene where Helen finally is able to hold back the sister, because she ties herself up in some scenes to try to hold herself up in her room, and one scene it doesn't work, and then another one it does, and you're like, alright, and then her friend Molly, she attacks her, and what'd you do to or you're crazy, and she's mad because she didn't come to her show, and I'm like, hello, your friend is like going through stuff right now with her head, and she's blacking out, and you're worried about your show, and then you call her crazy, and then the next scene of when she yells at her calling her crazy, and she's like, I'm not crazy, and then the camera kind of does this weird visual cutaway, or not cutaway, but fade in thing to another scene of her strangling her, and then this goes back and forth on this scene where she either strangles her, and, oh, I'm sorry, I mean to do it, and that Molly's like, get away from me, or you're crazy, or why would you do that, and then even, again, I can't cheer for her, because then the girl's trying to explain to her, it's her sister, in her head, she's controlling her, and she's like, you're crazy, you're nuts. I'm like, wow. Like, the first time when I watched this movie, like, years ago, I liked it. I liked that character, because at least she lives at the end, but then I'm like, you know what? Screw that character, because I mean, granted, she doesn't deserve to die, but, I didn't really root for her after how she just comes off to Helen. I felt more for Helen, because at least she's trying to prevent stuff from happening, and trying to tell, like, what's going on, even though she should have did that. She had the opportunity to do it, but then of course, that Molly girl. But then again, seeing how she reacted to stuff, I'm like, you know what? I sort of get why she wouldn't have said anything. She's like, you need help, and I'm like, screw you, Molly. You're hot, but screw you. And then she's mad, like this one guy she likes, but really that guy likes Helen. So she's also mad about that. Which I'm like, okay. So you're even more involved with the fact that, how dare you steal a guy even though you don't like him? He's supposed to like me, but he likes you, and so yeah, that Molly character. Granted, she lives at the end, but it's like, And even the ending's kind of anticlimactic, because it's just Helen decides to go to the hotel to try to kill herself so she can get rid of her sister. And we sort of have like a creepy scene between her and her sister in the mirror. But then again, it doesn't explain her motivation as much, if at all. So I think the director, writers should have did better job of stuff. It's sort of like a Jekyll and Hyde thing, but if they were female and related. But again, the whole I don't understand how she's able to see herself if she's already she's sort of alive in her, apparently, like absorbed in her body. So she gets there, and she sees her in the corner. She's trying to plead with her she's not leaving her, not again, because she, pushed her away, even though she tried to warn her to go away. She's like, open this door, but that was the other scene. But this scene, she, tries to plead with her she's not real, she's all in your head pretty much, and so she's still not believing. And again, I'm not sure what the rules are of this, matter of fact. So, and then that's when you get the money shot of her ripping her skin off, and then it's not even really that big of a reveal, because it's just her with long black hair again. I think it was sort of shorter, kind of, but it's just covering her face. And she's just crawling like the Grudge or the Ring, pick your poison. She's covered in blood. The Molly girl runs to a car. I can't even remember if she used, I guess she didn't have the keys, because, what's the name had the keys, so. But she's able to open the door, so then I'm figuring, where's the keys? I should have been looking for the keys, but then she runs back in the hotel because she gets scared from the evil twin, and then she, instead of closing the bathroom door, or the front door, because she runs in the hotel again, runs in the back, in the bathroom, doesn't close that door, she tries to go out the window again, and then the sister Sonic runs at her and throws her up against the tub. And then she grabs a broken piece of glass and starts stabbing her in the side, and that's not doing anything, I guess. So then she just totally, slits her throat, and then she dies. And then I'm like, wow, that was easy. And then we have a little sentimental thing where it shows flashbacks of her and Helen, when they were normal and everything was good. And again, I sort of liked their friendship at the beginning, but then, go towards the end, the mid-end stuff, where she tries to tell her what's going on and she's not listening. So it's like, I'm not mad that she survived, but at the same time, it's like, okay, I don't really care. So yeah, this movie, again, it's not a bad movie, it's not a bad made movie. So, yeah, Let Her Out is just a blah movie with it was an interesting concept of vanishing twin blackouts of somebody, is she going crazy, or, oh, she has a twin inside of her, but, again, it's supposed to be supernatural, I guess, but it's supposed to be also real, or not real, but, and also even the evil twin's motivation doesn't say what it is, so you have to either make up something. So I don't know what really could have done. I like the one scene in the subway where this one guy, she had this sister, the evil sister, when she took over her one night with one guy. In the subway, he tries to, I guess, force himself on her. And the guy is a moron, because, like, first of all, you have cameras, and I would assume there's cameras in the subway, so you can easily get caught if she were to identify him. So he's an idiot for that. Two, he's a douchebag for coming on to her like that in the first place. And it's a cool shot where like he throws her on the ground, and then it's from her back. It shows her back, and like her bones start to move a certain way, and then like she contorts her neck and all that, and then she turns around and like two of her, like one eye is blue, I think, and then the other one's like a Sith yellow or another color. I thought that was a decent effect, and then I like how she launches herself at him and then starts stabbing him with I think it was a box cutter or whatever. So I don't know, it was like, I read it like she called upon her sister to help her out in that moment, because she knew what was going to happen to her, so she has totally let her take control in that moment. And then, but I don't know, I think I would have liked if it was a more Venom and Eddie Brock type of, granted, but hear me out, if like, maybe it was like a symbiotic relationship where, or like The Mask, where Stan Lee's a wimp, but the mask makes him come out of his shell, and he's a total different person when he has the mask on. I would have liked it if they focused on like a relationship thing where is the sister actually, can she be reasoned with, where like maybe she'll let her control her for a certain period of time, and then she has to withdraw for a minute, go dormant. I don't know. There's also a painting in this movie of the guy at the beginning, which she drops off the mail to at the beginning. He drew like a creepy painting of her. Like, this is you as a gothic, this is your darker side. It's like, wow, that's ironic that, that comes into play. So, I don't know. Like, the movie, again, overall, it has a decent, interesting concept, executed, in my opinion, not as well or fleshed out in some areas. Cinematography was good, acting was good. Yeah, overall it's I don't want to call it a time waster, I really don't, but I don't know, some scenes were kind of boring, so yeah, I guess it would be a time waster in spots, but yeah, overall, yeah. So that was Let Her Out. Comment down below if you saw the movie, if you liked the movie or hate the movie, or find anything interesting about it, or what you liked about it, or especially people in medical areas. Tell me about half of this movie. Is the twin still alive, kind of inside, like if they're absorbed, can they like live through? Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Oh, if also if anybody wants to request anything, such as reviews, my thoughts on anything, on movies, music, yeah, I don't know about reactions, but yeah. Anyway, you can join my Patreon or PayPal. It'll both be down below. Visit my BitChute channel, because I have more reviews on there. I might start re-reviewing stuff that was on my BitChute channel, because I'm gonna try to do them like better this time around. So yeah, anyway, visit my BitChute channel if you're interested, or join it also, and yeah, peace and love.